Hi. We had a wonderful older couple that lived here in Possum Trot, and their name was Mitch and Almeda. And Mitch and Almeda were married 58 years ago. And when they got married, Mitch built his bride the most beautiful log home you'd ever want to see. He even put in a rock fireplace, just a gorgeous thing. And nobody knows where he got it, but he had this huge buffalo head that he hung above the rock fireplace. And they loved that buffalo so much. They used to bring their dinners into the living room and eat on some beautiful tin TV trays that they had gotten at their wedding 58 years before. And they, the aluminums where you pull the things apart and snap the tray on top, had pretty flowers on it. Anyway, they still had those, and they would bring their dinners in front of the fireplace just so they could look at Nickel. They named him Nickel because of the 5-cent piece. And so they would look at Nickel so many nights a week just to eat their dinner in front of him and enjoy him. They were such a happy older couple. Well, one day, unfortunately, Mitch up and died. And this just left Meta just devastated. And people would visit her and comfort her and stuff, but then the visitors started to really dwindle off, and they lived in the country. So she was getting a little bit lonesome, and she had to, try to figure out things to do to keep her occupied. So I'm looking for a comfortable place to sit here. So what she did is she decided to sell her beautiful log house. And she sold a lot of her belongings and things, and she decided to move right into town, into Possum Trot. And she found a lovely little house on 7th Street, nowhere near the size she had, but it was a beautiful little house. So she sold a lot of her things. She wanted to be closer to people and activity and things going on. So she sold her house, moved into that town, but she just could not bear to part with Nickel. Nickel had so much meaning to her, so many memories, so she kept him. Well, when she moved into her tiny little house, she just didn't know where to put him. She had places for her couch and her chairs and tables. Well, what do you do with a huge buffalo head? And there was no room above the door frame and her ceiling. Couldn't hang him there, no room at all. And she tried hanging him maybe in above her sink. She tried that, but no, there was a kitchen window above her sink. She couldn't hang him above her sink between the cupboards. And she thought, what am I going to do? She thought, I know, I'll hang him above the couch. So she tried. She got a ladder. This little fat lady gets up there, trying to get up there. She got him propped in the thing is, when she got him up finally on the back of the couch, the people couldn't sit and visit with each other because, buffaloes have like this long, hairy beard underneath their mouth. And so Nickel would be hanging there between the people in the middle cushion, people on each side. They couldn't visit with each other because Nickel, their buffalo, was right there, her buffalo. So that wouldn't work out. Finally, she had a brilliant idea. She found the perfect spot for him in her little bathroom. She hung him above her toilet, above the toilet tank in her bathroom. And that was just right because, buffaloes, they got a little horn on each side like this. It was a perfect toilet paper holder. And she could sit there and have a toilet paper here and toilet paper here. Plus, the buffalo had, like I said, little hairy beards underneath their chins. Well, she didn't mind that so much. She just pushed that out of the way so she could go sit on her toilet. She had it kind of private in there when she was sitting there behind the buffalo beard. But the nice thing was she could just reach over and the paper was right there. She could just pull the paper right down from either side. It was a wonderful bathroom accessory, a wonderful toilet paper holder. And so she was happy with it. And when she went into church the next Sunday, she had told people what she did, because everybody said, "What did you do with the buffalo head? What did you do with Nickel?" And she told them, and when she told them what she did, they were astonished. They could hardly believe it. And she said, "Well, come, take a look. You'll see how wonderful he looks." So people started to come. And, several people came and they told other people about it. They said, "You won't believe this little house, what it's got inside of it." And people started coming, not just from Possum Trot, but from Pokenclean and from even as far away as Muscatropolis. They wanted to see this toilet paper holder that Mita had in her house. And so she got so much company. She had been lonesome. Now she had so much company, she had to close 3 days a week just so she could get some rest. And she started serving coffee and cookies and setting up card tables in her front lawn with folding chairs so people could visit and have cookies, waiting their turn so they could get in line to file through to see Mita's toilet paper holder, her buffalo head named Nickel. And so she wasn't lonesome anymore. She just loved making the cookies and getting ready. But she needed that. Like I said, she closed, I think it was 3 days a week just to get some rest. But she was in her glory. Well, we shouldn't have to go to that extent to get company. If we're feeling lonely, if we're feeling like we want to be with somebody and we're widowed or something and nobody cares and maybe we're not used to that, we shouldn't have to go to the extent that Mita went to get company. Because in the scriptures, the Bible says, if anybody is sick or lonely or just needs company, that we're supposed to visit the widows, visit the sick, and visit the poor, and bring them comfort. And so this even got a lot of times the men didn't want to come and visit with Mita, a little old lady, until she got this toilet paper holder. Then the men were coming with their wives to visit her and stuff like that, just to see that. But we've got to do what the Lord wants us to do, to reach out to others that are really hurting inside, that are looking for ways to try to create friendships and reach out. And we have to do that and be aware of that. It's something Jesus told us to do, to visit the poor and visit the widows also. So it's a good thing to remember. And I'll see you next time. Mitch and Mita. I kind of miss them. What a nice couple they were. And what a nice log home they had with that fireplace and stuff. But now she's still got Nickel, so she's happy with that. And a wonderful paper holder. Bye-bye.